going to do the ASMR Autumn book tag. It was created by Figbury, and I was tagged by ASMR X. Linda, go check out both their channels, and thank you to ASMR Figbury for creating such a wonderful tag, and for ASMR X, Linda, for tagging me. It's taken me a while to get to make this video, so I have my notes. I could not copy and paste, and I swear to God, I used to be able to copy and paste from a description box. Couldn't for the life of me, so I had to retype them. So I have the questions right here, and the answers are right on a piece of paper. I'll pop some gum in my mouth, and first, you know what we gotta do. Gotta do our due diligence, our channel hygiene. If you're new here, welcome to my nonsense. If you're old here, welcome back, OGs. If you're new here, please consider hitting subscribe. And if you're old here, go double check and make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like if you like, leave a comment, give anything related to the video, or it could just be a simple hello, hey, howdy, how you doing? A few emojis. Anything as long as it's cool, as long as it's respectful. Hit the notification bell. And as always, I will link my tip jars down in the description box. No pressure whatsoever. But every $1, $2, $5, anything helps. That is what allows me to continue to make content. Follow me over on Instagram. There's just more nonsense over there. And you can also request customs. And I will link my email for requesting customs as well. Gotta remember to do that. Alright. I tag anybody that watches this to do it. I'm not going to start actually tagging people because I'll forget and then I'll feel terrible about who I forgot. That's just my nature. So if you're watching this, I'm tagging you if you want to do it. And that doesn't even mean you have to be a YouTuber. You can just journal these out. They're fun. So the first ASMR tag question. What is your fondest memory of autumn? My fondest memory of autumn, I'm not even on page 1, is my witch book, which I have right here to show you guys. I found it. I've mentioned this book on the show before. The channel before. Because this was my favorite book when I was little. Old Witch. This is a new copy because my mom tried to get rid of my old copy, which is why she had to buy me a new copy, because I found out that she was trying to get rid of it. I found it in her garage with a sticker on it that said like 25 cents or something. Try to sell it at a yard sale. Old Witch and the Polka Dot Ribbon by Wendy and Harry Devlin. Oh, a couple wrote it. That was sweet. Tell me that is not just the coziest witch ever. And there's a recipe on the back that my mom, I think, still uses for her pumpkin bread. It's called Old Witch's Magic Nut Cake. But I don't want nuts or raisins in mine. Maybe one day I'll attempt to make it myself, but I'm really not a baker. But yeah, this book used to get me so hype when I was little. The other book, though, had like a textured cover, and it smelled old and nice, so it was better. But by the time I discovered that she had tried to sell it and it had been in her garage for a while, it was all like falling apart. So she ordered me a new one, which I'm glad it's still in print. I might read it over on Patreon or possibly on here, I'm not sure. Okay. Next question. If you could bottle and wear an autumnal scent as a perfume, what would it be? I would have brought it down here, but my toddler's asleep. It's very early in the morning. but I have it bottled. It's called Echo Lake. Echo Lake by Lake and Skies. It's my only perfume with a cinnamon note, and I love it in the fall. I don't wear it every day because I'm a vanilla girl. I might mix it with some vanillas this year and see how it does. Kind of like maybe some lactonic vanillas. Okay. Name 2 of your favorite books to read in the autumn season. I don't really know how to name specific books because I'm not a big rereader unless it's kids' books. So I like to read and reread children's books. Spooky or just fall setting books for kids. And then I'm really into cozy mysteries this fall. Like almost Hallmark quality, which I'm not a Hallmark watcher. But cozy mysteries kind of have that setting, you know. But it's usually about death, so it's not total Hallmark. You know, it's like a whodunit. Usually a female lead. Usually involves like bookstores or pets, hobbies, stuff like that. I don't know, it's a little corny, but I love it. This year, that's my thing. What is your favorite fall drink? Chai. I'm not a PSL. I'm not a pumpkin spice latte. I'm a chai. So I'll be drinking chai. I make my own chai to save money. But I will be buying a few drinks, a few specialty drinks and seasonal ones. We have plenty of independently owned coffee shops around here. My nose is starting to run. And they all have fall menus. So it's hard to resist, you know? My teenager is up, so disclaimer, she's going to be stomping up and down these stairs, running water, so there will be some background noise. Can't help it. I've got roommates. Teenage roommates. In 3 words, describe how you feel on a rainy day in the fall. Cozy, grateful, because I love rainy fall days. It's my favorite rain season, fall. November Rain is one of my favorite songs. I might have to pause. My nose is itching really bad. It's fall allergies now. Went from spring allergies, and I had summer allergies, then I have fall allergies, and I'll probably have dust allergies all fall and winter. Have you ever visited a corn maze, a pumpkin patch, or been apple picking? Corn maze, yes. I heard, and I think I've used this trick before and it worked. If you keep either your left hand on the wall the whole time or your right hand on the wall the whole time, you'll make it out. I can't remember. And I can't even remember if it's totally true or not, but it's worth a shot. I would do a simple corn maze these days, but I'm not doing a complicated corn maze. I'm not doing a complicated corn maze. Too much anxiety. If I can't get out, I'll just like slide down the wall and start crying and just starve to death in there. Pumpkin patch. Every year we do at least one pumpkin patch. But there were times in my history, where I was too broke to do the pumpkin patch. So we would just go to like Aldi. You can still get pumpkins at Aldi for $4. We got a big one at Aldi for $4. The one we got from Aldi for $4 is like, we'll use my head. I have a pretty average head. So the one we got at Aldi for $4 is like this big. And the one we got at the pumpkin patch for $4 is like this big. Okay? That's the difference. Then we got one like this. Oh, I think that one was like $2 for $3. I don't remember. And then apple picking. I don't remember apple picking, but we do go to the apple barns, which is essentially just the barn at the apple picking farm where they already have everything picked, and it smells freaking amazing in an apple barn. I encourage you to look up an apple barn near you. Pop in the store, even if you just buy one apple for a couple bucks. Like, the apples taste amazing. It smells great. It's a whole experience. There's usually like places to take fun fall photos. You don't have to pay to get in, like a pumpkin patch. Best flavor of autumn. Apple, pumpkin. Pumpkin desserts. I prefer pumpkin desserts more than pumpkin drinks. Vanilla and carrot cake. Those are my fall flavors. Fall flavor palette. Number 8, favorite autumn or Halloween song. Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Spooky, scary skeletons. But I listen to like the Halloween channel on YouTube Music, or I think all of the apps, like Pandora has Halloween playlist, and for the most part I love them all. But there's sometimes a couple come on that I'm like, ugh. So at least on YouTube Music you can edit your playlist too. I guess you kind of can on Pandora because you can dislike. But on YouTube, you can add songs to that playlist, and you can remove songs from that playlist. Alright, we're on number 9. Favorite cozy TV shows. Cozy mysteries. The most recent one I can think of is The Only Murders in the Building, with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. I love Locked Door. All like fall and winter, I love Locked Door mysteries, which is kind of like, and then there were none. It's kind of like, or an isolated mystery, like who here is the killer. And Only Murders in the Building has like a really cozy color palette. It's just give it a shot. It's good. I don't even watch it sometimes. I just want it on the TV for its aesthetic, for its vibes. British mysteries feel cozy to me. I grew up on, my grandma used to watch Matlock and Murder, She Wrote. So that sealed the deal. I love mysteries. Alright. Movies. Favorite spooky or Halloween themed movie. I like little kid ones. Casper, Witches. I'll never stop, whether I have a kid in the home or not. I'll never stop watching cozy mysteries. And I love horror, and I love like thriller too. Me and my teenager, she finally hung out with me. We watched Don't Say a Word with Brittany Murphy. Do you guys remember that, or have you seen it? It's pretty good. It's a little bit cheesy, but it's Michael Douglas. The female lead is somebody that's pretty popular too. I just can't think of her name. There's a little fuzz in the air. I got it. But we had popcorn, and I watched the whole movie, and it's hard to get her to sit down and watch a movie with me these days. I'm like, having a teenage girl, best friend, worst enemy. Alright, that's just the norm. And if you don't have that experience, awesome, but appreciate that that's kind of the norm. Like, some days you're like, oh my god. And then some days, it's your sweetheart again. Okay. I think the next one is, yes, describe how you would spend the perfect autumn day. So I put going to like a little independently owned coffee shop and drinking my drink with a little friendy friend. Friend time. I like to spend like 1 hour with a friend. They know that we're all cool with it. And then go take a walk in the park, like, or in some kind of wooded area, like leaves crunching, crisp air, but you're warm, but you're not too warm. You're not overdressed. You're not underdressed. You're like the perfect warm. Because sometimes I feel like I sweat more in the fall and winter because I have too much clothes on. So just something perfect, like a scarf and a chunky sweater. Coming home, playing fetch with the dogs. Only my one dog fetches. My other dog just barks at the one dog that fetches. So that's how they play fetch. And, you know, my kids coming over and just hanging outside with the animals. Taking some cute pics in the leaves. Like, come in, light the candles. Soup and a sandwich for lunch. And then it starts to rain. So get like a nice storm, a nice light thunder storm, nothing too serious. So you can take a long nap, a little nappy nap. And then in the evening, something good for dinner, like a steak and potatoes or something like that. Maybe a pumpkin dessert, pumpkin pie. And then an evening of like TV and horror movies. That would be my perfect autumn day. I try, like, because I get into seasonal living, that's the only thing that holds me together. But I get little doses of that every day. I make it happen. Like, I'm lighting my apple candles. We're putting on, you know, fall themes on the TV. Even just like on YouTube, fall aesthetic or spooky aesthetic. Like, I'm plugging this into every day. I have to. It's what keeps me going. Okay. Number 12. For you, what signals the start of autumnal season? Spooktember. September 1. This year, I started even a little bit sooner because that's when all this crap started happening, like when my account got hacked and I basically lost my job. Was late August, so like after I got done crying about it for a week or so, I pulled out all my fall decor, like before September. When was the last time you jumped in a pile of leaves? At least 20 some years ago. I haven't done it. I can't remember doing it. Other than like as a kid. I'm scared I'm gonna get poked in the eye by a stick. Number 14. Have you ever carved a pumpkin before? Yeah, and I suck. I suck at it. 2 eyes and a mouth. 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. 2 circle eyes, a triangle nose, and some kind of... I try. One of my clients owns a pumpkin farm. Stop it. When she told me that she had bought it, I squealed. Like, wow, dream come true. She bought it from a neighbor. And I was like, so did you get really good at carving pumpkins yet? She's like, no. She goes, but it's really cute if you just drill a hole, like take the top off, carve the pumpkin out, and then just drill holes all over the pumpkin and put a candle in there. I was like, I'm gonna try that this year. I think I can do that. So what's your favorite item of clothing to wear in the autumn? Luckily this was on my stairs. I didn't have to like look far, but I just love a crew neck. Sweatshirt in the fall. And this is like I thrifted it. It's probably for kids. It's an undersized crew neck. I guess it's not for kids because clearly the neck is for an adult. But give me a crew neck and a scarf, and I'm good. Did you decorate for Halloween or autumn? And if not, how would you like to decorate? I don't decorate autumn. I just decorate Halloween. And it's kind of like my color palette is very neutral. So if I see a neutral Halloween decor, black, bats, white, ghosts, cream, pumpkins, it's pretty much my decor. Where are we at here? Number 17. What do you do to celebrate Halloween or Samhain? Dress up. Like on the day of Halloween, dress up, trick or treat. You know, the basic. Go around the neighborhood, trick or treat. And then pull out early so that we can come pass out candy. So we do a little of both, passing out and trick or treating. What was your best Halloween costume? Last year, I was Wayne from Wayne's World, and my husband was Garth. I think that was probably, and it was so simple, you know, black t-shirt, you know, light, straight leg jeans, some Converse, a Wayne's World hat. I always look like Wayne anyways when I wear a hat, so I was like, I think that's even how I got the idea. I was like, oh, I'm so sick of putting on my hat and looking like Wayne from Wayne's World. My stomach's growling. I was like, wait a second. I'll be that for Halloween. All I had to order was the hat. I had everything else. What is your dream Halloween costume? I would like to do a whole family of, like, I would say Morticia, like the Addams Family. But then again, my son, our toddler, looks like Eddie Munster. So that wouldn't really fit. He does not look like the Addams Family son. He looks like Eddie Munster. But I feel like me and my husband are more Morticia and Gomez. So I don't know how we'd go about that, but something like that, like a whole family costume. Do you like to bake during the fall? I'm not a baker, but like I said, I would like to do Old Witch's Magic Nut Cake. No nuts, no raisins. It's just pumpkin bread. It's just pumpkin bread. I tried to make, I'm not supposed to eat gluten. I eat it all the time. I tried to make this gluten-free pumpkin bread one time. Fail. That's why I really don't bake. I just suck at it. Okay. Oh, there's a little hair. Favorite Halloween candy or chocolate? Reese's don't stand a chance around me. Reese's are the mom tax. You live in this house, I'm entitled to your Reese's. End of story. I think they try to hide them now. They're on to me. I like to keep some Halloween candy too in the freezer. So for the next few months after Halloween, if we're going to the movies, sneak it in. Line your pockets. It's wintertime. That's what those pockets are for. Do you have any yearly traditions or rituals you look forward to? Every year I make a bucket list, and we're pretty good at knocking everything, almost everything off of it. Sometimes there's some events that like aren't annual or are annual that come up on like Facebook or whatever that I want to attend that I can't make it to. but hitting all the basics, the pumpkin patch, the apple barn, dressing up, like all the basics. And then like every night, not every night, but most nights we try to watch something a little bit seasonal on TV, something spooky or whatever. We just try to. Luckily, my family's on board with my seasonal like fixations. Seasonal fixations, yeah. It's like magic, you know. I didn't really have that in my home growing up, but I remember having kids that their mom was really into Halloween, or their mom was like really into the holiday season, and their houses just seemed so much more magical. So that's what I try to do for myself, for my inner child, and for my kids, and I guess for my husband's inner child too. Almost done here. 23. What is your favorite autumnal color? Black, and neutrals. But if I'm gonna go into like the actual colors, the traditional Halloween colors: black, orange, purple, neon green, yellow, and maybe a little bit of neon pink. That's like the traditional confetti of Halloween. If you were to have a familiar like a witch, what would it be? A familiar is a witch's little sidekick. It's supposed to be able to talk to a witch. I would prefer mine to be a little raven or some type of black bird. It likes to hang out on my shoulder, but it wears a diaper. What are you thankful for? The season. I love autumn. I'm thankful for the season. I'm thankful for doing ASMR and having an ASMR channel and ASMR people to engage with all season. And then seasonal living. I'm grateful for all those. I can hear my teenager coming down, so I'm gonna hurry up and sign off. If you are still there and you watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. I hope that you have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening, and